This video is going to cover the strat that I like to use for the first floor of the hospital, the second to last encounter in The Last of Us Part 1 on Grounded. This can work well if you are going for a whole game permadeath attempt, any grounded run or an encounters percent run, anything like that. And I'll talk about a little bit about the nuances in the enemy movement and the cutscenes and stuff like that. So from here, I'm going to load into my save file, which is actually a little incorrect. You can see when I load in here, Joel is already at the wall that he hides behind before these guys run in. So you can see the guys are not looking down the hallway, right? So actually, if you're loading in from the encounter here, you can just sprint because those guys aren't down the hallway yet, and you don't end up getting spotted, right? So eventually, like, you get spotted there, but I wouldn't have crouched that long, right? So actually, you can sprint, bring it here. You'll just soft alert that guy, and that's how you continue the encounter. But for a whole game run, this is a little different. So this is the nuance that I talked about. So in a whole game run, once you skip the cutscene, there is a short little like 1.5 second cutscene where Joel is actually sprinting up into this position here. So with that little cutscene, it doesn't stop the enemy movement. These guys are running in at the same time, and now they're looking down the hallway. So if I try doing the same thing like that, right, those guys end up seeing me, right? They end up spotting me. So this is what I would do in a whole game run, right? It took me 2 minutes to get there to explain it. So imagine you start a whole game encounter, right? The guys are already looking down a hallway, right? So this is where the encounter would really start. So from here, I'm going to jog over, hop through this window, grab the brick. I'll crouch here and hop through this window to avoid getting spotted. And then I'll go through this one here. So we've looped behind those two guys that spawned in the same hallway as us. In a whole game run, I'm probably going to have more than 2 arrows, but 2 will get the job done here. And I'm going to use 1 to stealth kill this guy. Okay, we can grab his friend. I actually killed that guy with the arrow a little too soon because normally the second guy won't hear. He'll run up and he'll say, oh my God, they killed Ethan, right? So he'll actually go inspect that body, which you can just do the same thing, run up on him and do a stealth kill there, which I would rather just show you that. Okay, this first part again. Then operate on something that's incorrect, right? So again, just going through this part one more time. Coming out here, I'm grabbing the brick, going through the window. So I waited a little bit longer there. This guy didn't hear. I'm going to loop around to the left because he does do that little glance. And then we can stealth kill him. So this is a little bit more accurate. We'll crouch walk over here. From here we can jog. Hop through the window. We still have that other arrow that we're going to want to use. And there are 3/4 of a rag in here in case you need it. So now there's this guy coming down the hallway, just poking through the windows. Remember, the hospital's on high alert. I have seen instances where this guy isn't there. Like, he might poke around a different route. I would say 9 times out of 10, he is here. But don't be surprised if he isn't here because you might have to use a brick to distract the guy at the end of the hall, which we won't have to do today, but just keep that in mind. So now there's this guy. He's going to poke around this corner, see the dead bodies. We'll kill him with the second arrow. Now we're just crouch walking into this lab. And this guy at the other end of the hallway, he should see his friend's dead body. There it is. I've actually never seen him come in here, so this is strange. But he's going to go inspect his friend's body. Once he does that, we can bring it over here. And we're just going to crouch walk over into this area here. There's this area with these 2 firefly crates and this open desk with a blue crate here. I'm hanging out right here at this closed off desk. Once these 2 pass, about right there, we can bring it behind here. And I'm just crouch walking all the way over to this spot right here. Now, I have this brick that we picked up. There's also a bottle and I think another brick on the way. There are many different things that you can pick up to distract these last 2 guys. You can either throw this here. I like the window. Feels a little safer to me. Once you throw and distract, you can crouch walk over, hop through the window. And once we get here, we can sprint it, right? Just make sure to crouch right here because these 3 guys are going to run through. Once you're in the clear, we'll hop over. And once we're in like the middle of this little walkway, we can sprint it all the way over. Don't even have to kill this guy. You can just hit triangle. And that's the first floor, right? So that guy, I used to kill him. If it makes you feel safer to kill him with something that can one-shot him, like a shotgun or a shorty or a headshot, whatever, go for it. You don't need to, and you get to save a bullet, right? So that's the first floor of the hospital. In the next video, I'll actually start it just from right here, and we will talk about the second floor, and which is the final encounter of the game. So that's the strat that I like to use for the first floor of the hospital on The Last of Us Part 1 for the grounded difficulty.